Hi guys, good morning. Can everyone hear me? I hope everyone can hear me and can see my screen. Hi, I hope everyone can hear me and are able to see the screen. Yeah? All right, great. Let's wait for the rest of the people to join and then we start, okay? Hi Sandeep. Hi Deborah. Hi Soren.
ခဏလေးစကားပြောကြနေအောင်ပါအတန်နေဝင်ပေါ့
Hi there. Can you hear me? All right. Rishi, are you able to hear me now? All right, great. Okay, we are just waiting for people to join in and then we start off, okay? All right, guys. Welcome to the session for SCM. Hi, guys. I hope everyone is able to see my screen and hear me properly. My name is Tanmoy Kumar Das. I am a DB trainer. Uh, can everyone see my screen? Rajiv, it seems like everyone else is able to see the screen. Can you just try to re-log in? That might help. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. So I have been working with Divi for close to 5 years now. I take their SCM sessions. Just to give you a background about myself, I take their sessions on a weekday, weekends, and also on there's a special sessions which happens related to advanced display video shopping, which I do. Otherwise, I started my career with Google on this product, which is Google Ads in 2007. I worked with them for 5 years, and then I worked with Times of India in the similar domain, which was into Google Ads, AdSense, ad networks, DoubleClick. Um, then currently, I work with a digital marketing company in Hyderabad, wherein we work for Google Ads on their agency accounts, which is for Australia and New Zealand. Uh, so just to give you a heads up about how this session is going to be and what was told to me about that, possibly you guys must have been through the Digital Vidya SCM content and gone through the training of the Google Ads which we have done over there. Now related to it, today I'll just wanted to, because as your company belongs to the pharma industry, so I had picked up a couple of things related to it, certain features inside the Google Ads account which would be useful for us to understand, some best practices which can be followed with respect to pharma, and also a case study related to pharmaceutical company. Okay, so these are the agenda which I had. Post which I would like to open it up for a Q&A, wherein you guys, if you have any questions related to SCM with respect to Google Ads or Bing Ads, we can certainly take that up and we can discuss all of that. Will that be okay with everyone? Yeah. All right. Okay. Great, guys. Okay. One more thing, just I wanted to share over here that while we're discussing a particular topic, it would be great that if you have any questions, feel free to write into the group chat. I'm constantly looking at it right now, so I'll address all your questions from the group chat. Okay, and while we're discussing a particular topic, let's clarify all the questions we may have around that topic, and then and not keep it for the parking lot, because most of the time what I've seen is people tend to forget what exactly they wanted to ask. Okay. All right. Okay. So starting with the first thing, which was I just wanted to share. I think I'm assuming that you guys might be using Google Ads for a while now and understand how this works. So with respect to pharma specifically, these are the things which I wanted to cover. So with pharma industry, there were certain best practices which I had jotted down and wanted to share with you and talk to you about. So like with respect to pharma industry, I think a couple of things which is very critical is the FDA approvals, which is required on the business on the website. Okay, wherein they themselves have their own guidelines apart from Google Ads policies. Pharma guidelines is something which we normally tend to follow, right? So the important part being the fair balance thing which they talk about, wherein they say that when you're writing the ad, we need to talk about the drugs risk and benefits both equally. It should not be a case that we are just talking about the benefits and no risk related information is provided, and vice versa. So that is a critical thing across the board which they find. Okay, uh, hold on a second, guys. Right, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so with respect to pharma ads specifically, so the first thing which they clearly talk about is the fair balance. Then there are specific ads which they talk about, which is called reminder ads, wherein what we talk about is the drug's name. Okay, so in the ads of these types, where we specify the drug's name specifically and also the benefits it has got, but not the disease it treats. Okay, these are different formats of ads, which when this is the content of the ad copy which we are talking about, which can be written over here. Another thing which they very closely monitor is the space limitations. What they are saying over here is if the brand chooses to disclose the benefit, then they must be referring to the risk information also. It should not be the case that the space allocated on the ad is only used for writing the benefits of the brand. If that is the case, then we have to tweak it. Okay, we tweak the ad and make sure that both the information is equally provided and changes are done in the ad content, and so that both the information are clearly visible on the ad. Does this make sense? Do you guys right now, when you are creating your SCM campaigns, like a smart display campaign or a search campaign, do you guys have this kind of a strategy, or how do you guys go ahead and create your ads? Are you guys able to hear me? Yeah. Okay. Okay, sure. Let me know. So I would just like to understand how your campaign creations are happening, and what kind of targetings which you do. Okay, so that it gives me a fair idea about where we are in this context. So related to this again, I don't know whether you deal with this black box ads also or not, wherein what they basically talk about this is specific to pharma ads. They have this concept of you should be mentioning about uh, an entire headline which will be talking about the terms and conditions, which should be clearly mentioned in the ad, so that people can, when they click on it, they're taken to a different page where they can read all the policies related to that particular pharma. Okay, so that's another thing which they had in place. Now when we come to the account structure piece, right, when you're structuring the campaign, it is what we have been very evident and clear across the board is with pharma, they prefer to keep the campaign separate with respect to brand campaigns or non-brand campaigns. I'll show you one case study also by the end of the session related to this. So what they say is it is a good idea to have a different campaigns created, because a lot of times businesses, an online search which happens across the board, people do search queries related to a brand keyword or a non-brand keyword. There's a different set of audiences doing so it makes all the more sense to have separate campaigns and targeting those searches, those particular users of that format. And it has over a period of time worked out as well, across the board as well. So this kind of a structuring helps more into getting much more better leads over the period of time. Okay, I am assuming again with respect to pharmacy or medicine, there are multiple other policies which comes into picture, like drug paraphernalia which is there. Okay, and other businesses which also benefits from these kind of structuring. Okay, so these are the basic level best practices which we can say, which you can keep in mind while you're dealing with your SCM campaigns, you're creating advertisings for your business. I'm assuming, looking at your website, I had gone through your website as well and saw the multiple products over there. I'm assuming that your objective for your business would be leads, wherein you want people to come to your website and lead generation happens, and then possibly you can reach out to them with your products. Is that the case. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Great. Okay. So yeah, so I had similar things in the pipeline right now to talk to you about. So we'll see a couple of features, okay, inside the Google Ads account, which helps to do lead generation, okay, which will help to bring. The idea is to make people come to our website and they can fill up a form possibly, and then we can reach out to them later on to offer all our products and services. Okay, so we'll have a look at that. Any questions so far, guys? Okay, about this industry practices, each country have separate. Yes, yes, Pavan, that's exactly you're right. Okay, so these practices are catering to different regions. Yes, so it's like US versus UK, Canada, Australia. Each geography will have a separate regulations, separate policies, and same way what Google Ads have also have different policies for every region, which they have to abide by as per that country. So normally what happens is whenever you create such ads, it goes through an internal team here who then delegates that work to that particular region's team who will be monitoring it. So there are teams created within Google whose primary job is to check these ads. Okay, they are trained on these pharma policies, and then they cater to a particular geo, and they check and audit those ads based on the regulations of that geo. Okay. So normally what I've seen, and in general also, pharma ads, they take a little extra time to get reviewed because of this particular situation. Okay. Normally, as you know, okay, all right. Okay, fair enough. Thank you for letting me know that, Pawan. Um, so what happens over here is, with respect to pharma ads, the idea is this, that they go ahead and check all the details, the policies around it, and based on which they audit the ads. Normally, the ads they check, they take around like 1 business day, but in case of pharma, it takes like 24 to 48 hours. Okay. Uh, all right. So with respect to SCM, I'll just do a quick brief of it then, so that it will be a quick recap for everyone here in the session. With SCM, search engine marketing, what we are talking about is advertising, which we can do, which is possible right now with multiple players in the market. Google Ads is the biggest player. Then you have Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, Twitter ads. They all fall under social media marketing. In SCM specifically, there are only two major, which is Google Ads and Bing. Okay, Bing has been like there for the last 4 or 5 years now. Google Ads, it is going to be with them 21 years. Okay. So what we can create over here is, yeah, Facebook, Sachit, is has been there for the last, they came up in the last 5 years odd. Okay. Hirishi ads need to be pre-approved by Google. Yes, yes. So what happens, Hirishi, is the moment you create ads, they automatically go for a check for an approval. Okay, so there's a team which sits within Google. So 90% of the ads, they get checked by a algorithm. Okay, there is a programming code which scans the ads and it flags whatever it finds derogatory. Okay, and then they approve or disapprove the ads. If they disapprove your ad, they send you an email saying that your ad has been disapproved for a particular policy violation. Please make these necessary changes and then resubmit your ad. So you go ahead and do that. Okay, so we have to specify the geographies we intend to run. Yeah, so what you do is you just need to, you don't need to specify the geography specifically. Like what will happen is when you, so how does it work? Okay, what do? You go to Google Ads. Okay, and let's say we are doing 3 different geographies. Let's say it is let's say India, specifically India, Australia, and Canada. Okay, so there are 3 geographies where you want to run these ads. Okay, so how do you do that? You create 3 different campaigns: one India campaign, one Australia campaign, and the other one is Canada campaign. Okay, when you create these campaigns, you have to specify the location targeting there. Okay, so you say that this is a India location, or Australia or a Canada, and then you create the ads inside it. Okay, so now when the ads go for a check, they already know that for which geography it is. Also, in the ad, you provide the website for it. So I'm assuming you guys would have a specific website for every geography. Like, for if it is going to be for your region, for Thailand, there will be a specific dedicated website versus any other one there. So you will have a separate landing page or a dedicated landing page for every region. So when you create this ad, they check that landing page, and based on which they check the policies also. Does this make sense? So you specifically, coming back to your question, you don't have to specify anything to mention about geography. They will pick it up themselves, depending on your ad creation and your landing page, the one which you have given to check. Okay. Any other questions so far? Huh? Okay. All right. Direct to patient ads as well with separate campaigns each for each geography. Yes. So ideally, what we are saying here is we separate campaign creation in general is a good practice. Okay, how it helps is multiple things are there benefiting over here. One is when you create separate campaigns, you can monitor them individually, and you can also compare their performance later. Okay, so that ways it is easier to keep a track of how they're performing and what changes needs to be done. So that's one. Second is what we are talking about with respect to ads, wherein the Google team also understands that this ad is specific to a geography, so they check according to that geography's policies. Okay, those who are not having site, like in Yemen. Okay, Farhad. So see, the whole idea is this, that your SEM or the advertising which we are talking about has to happen through a website. At the end of the day, if you're creating ads, online ads, your expectation is that people will click on these ads, right? When they click on these ads, they are supposed to go to at least a online page, a web page or a site, or any kind of a blog. At least there has to be some kind of a online presence. Okay, so if we don't have that, then there is no. Yeah, if you have FB, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, a Facebook page will absolutely work, should not be a problem. Okay, so our intent is that there should be some kind of an online presence of the business. If that is happening, then Google Ads can advertise it. Okay, so for Yemen, if you have a Facebook page, you can absolutely use it and you can do that. Yeah, so what they do is, see, there is no there is no issue with it, even if it's 16.501.301. Okay. Yes. Do FB also have team to check the ads? Yes. So again, we are talking about two different things over here. So going back to Farhad's question, what we do over here is, so they go ahead and check the content of the Facebook page, and they see whether it's relevant to your business or not. Okay, they look at your landing page, they look at the content which you've written over there. So there is no issue. They can easily check that. Being a competitor, it is just a page which they look at it as, and they check the content and the relevancy of it. Okay. 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 Do FB also have team to check the ads? Yes. For if you are creating Facebook ads, then there's a totally different thing altogether. Okay. Then Facebook will have their own internal team who will go ahead and check those ads for us. Okay. Farhad, what exactly did you mean by non-regulated market? Okay. You're saying Yemen is a non-regulated market. So how it matters? Right. So with respect to Google Ads, if you're dealing with Google Ads, it's a clear indication given by them that they are going to only show ads which abides by their policies. Okay, they have like decent. I'll share some resource as well with you. Hold on a second. Okay. So Google has a huge resource of policies which they based on which they check your ads. Okay. Now, with respect to it, they will advertise only if it abides by these policies specifically. Okay. So you guys can have a look at this. I'm sharing it in your group chat over here right now. Okay. Can everyone? Okay. All right. Hold on a second, guys. Right. Okay. Okay. Let me just share this with you in a while. Okay. I am not able to paste this right now. Okay. Any other questions so far? Does it make sense? So what we are talking about here is with respect to Facebook, the Google Ads, which we can advertise with SCM specifically in different geos. So majorly right now, the reason we do Google Ads also is because of the fact that they have a tremendous reach. Okay, a huge amount of audience which comes to Google to search for information gets to see these ads. So that's why we prefer having Google Ads advertising being done. And there are various formats. There are a lot of different types of ads which we can create here, like 8 different types are there. Okay, which can be useful for any kind of business. Okay. Any other questions so far? Is it okay? Yeah, Sachit. Okay. So this is the policies which we have shared right now. Okay. This is specific to Facebook ads. Okay. So in which again, they will go ahead and they will have a pharma related policies around it. So in which they will talk about what kind of ads will they be able to show and which they can't based on different geos. All right. Rest of the people all good with me till now? Can everyone hear me? Okay. All right. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Fair enough. Okay. Okay. For some reason, I am not able to type in the group chat right now. I'll share it with you in a while. Okay. All right. So with respect to Google Ads, couple of features which I would like to, I don't know, maybe you guys must have been through this in your SCM session, but just wanted to introduce it because it would be really useful going forward in your campaign creations. I just wanted to share so that this would help you in your lead generations as well, which you can try it out, and it has worked out for other clients as well. That's why I wanted to talk about it. The first one being a smart display campaign. Okay, a smart display campaign. It is a type of a campaign which you can create in Google Ads. as you know, in Google Ads, you have a concept of a search campaigns, display campaigns, okay, which primarily comes from the fact of running ads in the search network or display network. Okay, a search network being all the search engine websites which are there and other search partner websites. Display being all the content websites which are there, which you can, which is related to, again, related to healthcare, pharmacy, technology, you can say retail, sports, finance, all these kind of websites. Okay, so that becomes our display network websites. Now, with respect to with Google Ads, recently it has been a recent change which they are bringing in, wherein what they are doing is they are building a lot of smart campaigns. Okay, what we mean by a smart campaign is these campaigns are completely automated. Okay, you just need to provide certain basic level of information like start date, end date of the campaign, location targeting of the campaign. Okay, so you provide all of that information and rest of it is taken care of by the system itself. Okay, hold on a second, guys. I'll just, okay, all right. Right. So what we are talking about here is a very good campaign, which will certainly help your kind of a business, is a smart display campaign. Okay. So let's talk about this a little bit. I will share this document with you as well by the end of the session so that you guys can refer to this. And I'll do a practical of it as well. I am not sure whether you guys went through this campaign creation in your modules or not. But I thought this would be helpful, so that's why I thought I'll discuss. Okay, a smart display campaign. The idea is this is an automated campaign. When I say automated campaign, what I mean by that is in this campaign. Okay, you have not. All right, fair enough. Okay, I'll show you as well in my Google Ads account how you can create this. Okay, so this campaign, the primary focus of this automated campaign is conversions. So in your case, we can say it will be leads. Okay, so we require, the focus of this campaign is to generate leads, only leads. Okay, that is all it does. Okay, the idea is how it does it is this campaign looks at your existing campaigns conversion data. Okay, it looks at your existing conversion data which you have from the other campaigns, and based on which it forecasts. Okay, I think you guys might be aware of this, that Google search engine is the programming, the algorithm which runs in Google search engine is based on machine learning. Okay, wherein what they do, they analyze the kind of searches which is happening on Google, when based on which they do predictions. They do predictions of what kind of searches will happen in the future. Okay, so huge amount of their algorithm is machine learning based. So same thing which they have applied here with Google Ads as well. Okay, so they apply this in this smart display campaign also, wherein what they do is they look at how and in which circumstances your leads came. Okay, how your conversions came, when they came, in during which part of the day or week the conversions came. They analyze all of that data. Okay, once they analyze that data, they do predictions of where it should be coming more in the future, and they try to push your ads in those situations, and in the pursuit of doing so, they generate more leads. Okay, they generate more conversions. So these campaigns have turned out to be much better effective campaigns than a normal display campaign. Okay, so right now that's the objective which Google has, that they want to move all advertisers from a normal display campaign to a smart display campaign. Okay, now in this campaign, they require, there's a prerequisite. Okay, there is a prerequisite for such a campaign. You will not have this option if you don't meet the requirements. Okay, they require at least 50 conversions from display campaigns. existing display campaigns, or they require 100 conversions coming from search campaigns. Okay, this you should have, okay, in your account, only after which you can go ahead and run this particular kind of a campaign. Otherwise, this option will not be available. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing you will notice in this campaign is that the targetings which we do in the campaign is automated. Okay, you guys remember, I think when you had gone through the SCM session, they discussed targetings in display, like affinity, intent, in-market, remarketing, demographics, topics, content, display keywords, placement targeting. These are all different types of targeting methods. There are different types of targeting methods which you can use in your display campaigns. Okay, Farhad, how to get conversions? So let's talk this. Okay, how to get the conversions? So through Google Ads, Farhad, there is a feature called conversion tracking, which helps to track your conversions. Okay, basically what we do there is a programming code provided to you. Okay, Google Ads provides you with a programming code. You take that code and you give it to your programmer of your website, and you ask your website programmer to paste it on the website. Okay, so with the help of this activity being done, you will be able to record conversions in your account. Okay, that is how we start getting conversion data inside our Google Ads account. All right, I'll show you right now also. I will take you to my Google Ads account and I'll show you how the data looks like. Okay, is everyone with me able to understand smart display campaign? Okay, what do you mean by conversion? Okay, sure. Rajiv, so conversion basically means leads generation. I will just talk in context of your business. So when we go to your business, like Mega VKR website, and if somebody fills up a form, okay, I have not been able to go in depth into your website to understand whether you have form fill up option over there or not, but I saw a lot of products, different types of products there on the home page. So if I have to just simply explain what is conversion, conversion basically means the main business. Like for example, Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, for them, a conversion is when a person comes to their website and purchases their product. Okay, same way, let's say a real estate business, we know that we can't buy property online. So what happens on a real estate website? People go to the website and they fill up a form. So for a real estate website, a conversion is a lead generation. Okay, same way, if I am a blogger, okay, I would want people to come to my blog and they can subscribe to my blog. So subscribing to my blog is a conversion. Okay, so it depends on how we decide conversion. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, absolutely right. So every business defines conversion in their own manner. Okay, so you're absolutely right. So in your case, it could be a simple registration on your site. Yeah. All right. Everyone with me till here? Any other questions so far? No? Okay, fair enough. Okay, so I was just discussing the smart display campaign with you guys. So this smart display campaign would help to get you more leads and lead generation being done. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get inside the Google Ads account and I will show you how we can create this smart display campaign. Okay, and we'll create the whole process and we'll get to see practically. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Okay, guys. All right. Okay. So this is a Google Ads account I am running right now for a friend of mine. Okay. So as you know, the process, how we do this is we have to create a campaign. So on the left panel, you have campaigns. And here you can see all the campaigns which are running right now. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a smart display. So I can click on this plus blue button and say a new campaign. And now when I go here, they give me these 5 options. Okay, what is the goal of the campaign? They're asking me. So I'm saying that I want to generate leads. Okay, so let's customize it to your business. So I want to do lead generation. Okay, so if you want to do lead generation, then what type of a campaign do you want to create? So these are the different types. Okay, search campaign means it will run in the search network, which is all search engines across the world. Display campaign means it will run in the display network, which is basically content websites. Shopping means shopping ads. You guys remember shopping ads, the ads which comes on the top of a Google page, those image ads which comes, those are your shopping ads. And then you have video campaign, which is for video ads specifically, which is coming on YouTube. Okay. Smart is a different type, which they have again launched. Smart is basically, they had a different product called Google Ads Express, which they have changed now and they call it Smart. Okay. So if time allows, I'll talk about this as well. Okay. So what we do is we are going to create a display campaign, smart display. So you can choose display here. And now you can see the first option itself is smart display campaign. It says improve performance with simplified ad targeting and management. This is what we wanted. Okay, so you can go ahead with this. You can give your website URL out here. I will just give mine. And you can continue. So now it's a very simple form fill up process. Okay, you have to give certain details about your campaign. Okay, and then you build the ad. Okay, so here you can start. It is asking you to give the campaign name. Okay, can't we select shopping category? Junaid, yeah. So shopping is a different ad altogether. Okay, now think about it. I just feel personally, I just feel that if you're in a pharma industry, then I don't know how far a shopping ad would be useful. Okay, but if you think otherwise, you can do that. But a shopping thing requires a lot of other things as well. Okay, I am assuming you might be aware. Shopping category or shopping ads require a merchant center account first. Okay, so we have to open a merchant center account, and then inside which we have to upload all the data feeds, and then we create a shopping ad for it. Okay, lead is most appropriate for pharma. Yeah. So that's why I thought that this would be the act campaign for your business, which we are dealing with. And that's why I wanted to take you through this. But otherwise also, if you guys have other information which you require, let me know. Okay, feel free to do so. Okay. All right. Okay. So so you start building the campaign. Okay, you can say smart. Okay, and you can give your location targeting. Okay, so you know how you can do all kinds of location targeting. Okay, so let me change this, and I can choose it in this manner. Okay, you can do language targeting as well. Okay, so our objective over here is leads. Okay, I want to generate leads. So I will keep my bidding strategy as target CPA, okay, which I can keep it over here, or I can change this. Okay, I can just keep it as maximize conversions. Then I can specify the budget for this campaign. You guys know the budget is like a amount of money which we are willing to spend on the campaign on a per day basis. So you can give whatever amount you can allocate here. And then now, okay, how to allocate the budget? Sachit, so what happens here is the number. Okay. So what happens over here is, see, ideally, how it works is any company is going to first and foremost allocate, as the company business, they will have a certain budget allocation done for advertising. Okay, now out of which they will segregate it into an offline online format. Okay, so how much money they can put into offline advertising versus online advertising, that will be happening. And yes, so and then under online they will now further bifurcate it into whether they want to put it on Google ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, social media, how they want to do that. Okay, coming to specifically to Google ads, which we are dealing with here, what we do is we have certain tools available. Okay, I'll take you through that as well. There's a tool called Keyword Planner tool. Okay, which gives us an idea about what is the kind of bidding happening in Thailand, for that matter, on pharma related. So from there we get a basic idea of what is the market benchmark, how much people are paying right now in general to advertise for pharma related businesses. Okay, so once we get that basic reference point, from there we do a back calculation to get a closely accurate budget allocation, budget number. Okay, so that is needed. How much budget should be for effectiveness? See, again, the idea is this: whenever you are creating these campaigns, okay, I will just make this very clear to everyone. With respect to Google Ads or any of the SCM products you deal with, okay, we can never specify a accurate budget from day one. Okay, it is going to be an hit and trial method. Okay, wherein you allocate a certain budget, you run the campaign for 2 weeks, you go back after 2 weeks, you monitor the performance, and then again decide whether the budget was enough or do you need to increase or decrease, or you want to continue with the same. Okay, how effective it is dependent on your auction. You guys know that, yeah, it's kind of an A/B testing, you can say. As you know, the whole SCM product is based on auction. Okay, your ads compete with other ads, and if you win the auction, your ad shows up. Okay, so there is never a guarantee given. Okay, only thing which you can work upon is your quality score. Okay, if you have a decent quality score and you maintain that, then there are higher chances of you winning the auction and your ad showing up. Okay, so when agencies gives budget, that is just estimate. They're also, yes, exactly, they're also estimates, and they're also doing the same thing, Pawan. They will go to the keyword planner tool, they will put all the keywords related to the client's business, and the tool gives a forecast of if this is the kind of keywords, then this will be the costing, these many clicks and impressions they might get. So they do a rough estimate of that, and that is what they tell. Rishi, Google only shares the category spend. Okay, they will never share any competitor data. They will just tell us that, okay, pharma related, this is the kind of bidding happening, or retail related, this is the kind of bidding happening. Okay, you can just type in the seed keywords of that particular vertical, and it will pull out all the relevant searches happening related to that particular vertical and tell you the kind of spend over there. Is everyone okay with me? Make sense right now? All right. Okay. Any other questions so far? Auction? Okay. Yeah. Sure. So right. So with respect to with Google Ads and Bing Ads as well, there is an auction concept. I think you guys might be aware. So you know how auction works, right? In an auction, there is a product which we want to buy, right? Now, how do you do that? You have to bid on it. Whosoever bids the highest amount gets to buy that product. That's an auction, right? Now the same concept Google has created through a programming, okay, in their Google Ads product, okay, wherein what they say is that we will not decide who will come first, second, third on the Google page. This auction will decide. So what happens whenever anybody searches for anything on Google? Let's say I'm searching for iPhone 7s. Okay, the moment I search for an iPhone 7s on Google, what happens? All the ads of different competitors who are selling iPhone 7s, all the ads, they come into the auction. Okay, and now these ads, they compete with each other. Okay, and then whosoever wins the auction based on certain parameters, only those ads appear on the page. So it's a continuous process, guys. Okay, it's a program based continuous process which keeps happening based on the search query. Okay, every single time somebody searches on Google, this auction happens at the back end. Okay, fair enough. Any other questions? No, it's okay. All right. Can you show an example of a particular category to? Yes, yes, sure, Bharat. I was just going to finish off with this smart display campaign. Then I'll show you the keyword planner too. Okay. Are you going to take me to Facebook marketing, Sachin? Uh, right. Facebook marketing, Sachin. I think your module, as far as I have seen, does have a social media marketing as well, possibly. I think social media was done already earlier. Okay. So yeah, I think that was done. So in that, they must have taken you through the Facebook marketing as well. Okay. Farhad, how do we know we win? Farhad, so what happens here is the moment you win, it shows in your account. It will say impression, impression one, impression two, impression three. What is an impression? Impressions basically means your ad was shown. Why will your ad show? When you win, only then your ad show. Okay, so when you log into your Google Ads account, it will say impressions 20. That means your ad won 20 times and your ad was shown 20 times. Okay. All right. All right. Fair enough, guys. Okay. So I'll continue with the campaign creation. Just have a look. Okay. So we set up the budget. Okay. You can give the ad group name over here. Okay. And then you can see here, you can read this part C. It says targeting. Automated targeting uses website visitors, landing page insights, and your search campaigns best performing keywords to automatically target your customers. Okay. So basically what they're saying is that you don't have to do the targeting. Google algorithm will decide it. Okay. They will figure out which are the best websites to show your ads. Okay. So now you get into the ad creation process. This is the ad creation tool, okay, which they have given you. Okay, so where you can start filling up the details. Okay, so the first thing, do you see here? It says final URL. Final URL is the landing page. When we click on an ad, the website page opens up. The long URL of that page is the final URL. Okay, so you will have to give this. So Google decides the website, not the campaign creator. Correct, Pavan. That is why it's a smart display campaign. We started the conversation with that, right? What happens here is Google programming code decides the relevant websites to show the ads. We don't do it. Yeah. And it has worked out as well successfully. That's why I thought it will be, and it's the latest one inside the Google Ads account which they're creating. So I thought this is the most relevant one for your pharma business, which will help in generating leads. So I thought will be good enough, good one for you. Okay, all right. So now what you can do is you can give your website's URL over here in final URL. Then you can start writing the headline. I'm writing an ad for my business. You can see the preview of the ad on the right hand side. You can see the moment I am exceeding my character limit, it's going red. Pretty self-explanatory. Should not be a problem for anyone to use this. You can also attach an image in this. Okay, so I have written the content and now I can attach an image. They will pick some images from your website. You can just give your website URL. They will scan the website and pick some images. That's one way of doing it. The other way is, if you don't want to do that, they have some stock images available. So you can select from that also. So this is how the ad will look like on a mobile device, and this is how it will be on desktop. Okay. Once you do this, you can add this. We have to give the business name. Okay. If you want to continue creating multiple ads, again, more ads you want to create, you can just click on plus new ad and repeat the same process. Is everyone with me till here? Making sense? What we are doing, smart display campaign? Okay. All right. Great, guys. Thank you so much. Okay. So this will help you to do a lead generation for your business. Okay. Having said that, yes, you would require to first create normal display campaigns, search campaigns as well, so that you have some kind of conversion data in your account, and then that can be utilized in a smart display campaign like this. Okay. So now see, this is my campaign which I created, which shows on the top, Smart Mega We Care, February 2nd. Okay. This is my one ad group I have created. Once my ad goes live, I will start seeing data coming here. You can see clicks, impressions, CTR. So the numbers will start showing up over here. Okay. If I click into the ad group, I can see my ad over here. This is the ad which I created. You can see it says the status is under review, which means it has gone for a check. Okay. Once they check my ads and they approve it, it will say approved, and only then my ad can go live. Okay, this is just a preview of the ads, how they're going to look like. Okay, so that's one of the kinds which I wanted to talk about. Any other questions which is coming to your mind right now? No? Is it okay? All right, fair enough. Okay, apart from this, I also, okay, can we know the geography of people looking my ad? Good question. Okay, all right, sure. So Rajiv, can I know the geography of people looking into my ad? Yes. So what you can do is, it is, okay. So I'll just show you one example of this, okay? Demography, you can see the geography of the person looking into your ad, okay? Not the demographic, okay? And also the second thing is, Rajiv, that we can see from which all geography people are clicking on my ads, okay? Looking at my ad is something, obviously you can understand that it's not practically possible for us to keep a track of that. If they perform an action, Like suppose you are in Thailand, okay, and you create an ad to target India. Okay, you want to target India customers. Okay, now your ad is appearing in India. Okay, so now I am a user who is looking for your products and services. Okay, and I search for your product and services on Google, and I see your ad coming on Google page here. Okay, so what I do, I click on it. When I click on it, I go to your website, I check out your business. Okay, so now this data will be available to you. You will be able to see it in your Google Ads account that one user from India had clicked on your ad. Okay, so that is shared with you. Okay, let me show you how you can do that. I'll show you for one specific example. Okay, for a search campaign. Tanjeet, I'll come to that. Okay, we'll talk about impressions and interactions as well. Okay, so I'm going into this one campaign, guys, which is Amazon India. You can see. Okay, and what we're going to look at is the demographic data. Okay, not the demographic, the geographic data. Okay, so on the left panel, you guys can see locations over here under ad schedule. Okay, so we are supposed to go there. Okay, so now you can see my targeting is India. I'm getting my clicks and impressions over here. Okay. Now in this, if you go a little below again, under targeted, you will find another option which says user location report. Okay, user location report basically shows you from which all locations I am getting those clicks and impressions. See, right now what is happening? Most of my clicks and impressions are coming from India. But there are certain people from Saudi, UAE, Singapore, okay, Australia, okay, who have also searched for my business, and because of which I've got some number of clicks from those regions as well. Okay, all right. And within India, yes. So if you want to know within India, Rajiv, then what is going to happen is you have to add those locations manually first. Okay. In this specific one, what is going to happen is you can see now bifurcation as well in this manner. Just click on it and you will be able to find the by state. You can see, okay, what kind of clicks and impressions you have got. Furthermore, you can segregate them in this particular manner. Okay, so this is the geographic report, user location report. You will find it there. Okay, great. Okay, coming back again to what we are discussing. Okay, so impressions and interactions, pretty simple, Tanjeet. So what we are talking about here is the idea is impressions basically means you can see here. Okay, you can see this campaign. Okay, so in my impressions right now is 7,687. Okay, so which basically means number of times the ad was shown. Okay, your ads, they go into an auction, they compete with other ads. If they win that auction, they are eligible to come on the page. Why are we competing? We are competing for that spot. Okay, that ad space, the slot which is there where everyone wants to come. Okay, so we are competing for that space. Whosoever wins that auction gets to show up on that space. Okay, so impressions are those number of times people seeing, number of times your ad is appearing. Interactions means clicks. Earlier Google used to call it only clicks, but later on they changed the name to interactions. Now it means clicks, it means engagement, it means views, any kind of reaction which a customer does on your ad is called an interaction. Okay, so yes, absolutely right. Yeah, likes is something which is happening in Facebook ads, but yeah, absolutely right. Okay, how to get universe data? Acha. For example, how many people searching for diarrhea solution? Okay, okay. Universe data, for example, how many people searching for? Yeah, so this is okay. So again, I think this is a good idea. We can do this, and we got a lot of questions related to this. So let's look at the keyword planner tool, and I'll show you all this because a couple of questions before also was related to it. Okay. Conversion rate, Pallavi will come to this. Okay. Let's complete keyword planner tool and then we come to conversion rate. Okay. All right. Okay. So this keyword planner tool, you guys will get it over here. Okay. On the top, you have this wrench icon, tools and settings. Under planning, if you go, the second option is a keyword planner tool. Okay. Google has created this keyword planner tool, which basically gives you an idea about what kind of searches are happening right now related to your business. Okay. It's a real-time data. They're pulling all this data from google.com itself. Okay, so it tells you the ground reality. Okay, so it's a very important tool to use, which gives you a clear picture of what is really happening, what are the real searches which people are doing related to my business. Okay, otherwise, you know what happens is when you start creating campaigns, you add some keywords with your own assumptions that people might be searching with these keywords or might be adding these search queries in Google to search for my business, which is very like it is not the correct way of looking at the stuff. Okay, it's better to use this tool which gives you the correct reality, correct data about what are the real searches. Okay, so what you do is you can go to discover new keywords, and here you can mention. Okay, so let's say I want to, okay, let's go with Rajiv's example. Okay, diarrhea. Okay, solution, and I can say get results. I can also now choose the location. Okay, so if you want me to choose any other location, I can, let's say we are choosing Thailand right now. Okay, so seems like there isn't much searches happening related to it. Okay, so what we can do is we can just make it a little bit more broad. Now with respect to diarrhea only, now we can see some data. Okay, so now this is like a bar graph which basically shows you what are the number of searches which people did with respect to diarrhea in Thailand in the last 12 months. Okay, so the blue graph, the blue bar will show you the total number of searches. The red one shows the searches happening from a mobile device out of the total. Okay, so that you get an idea of. Okay, then what you get to see also is the actual keyword which was searched. Okay, what is the average monthly search of that keyword? Okay, so which you can see the numbers over here. And now you can see the bid amount. This is what I was talking about. You can see the bid amount, a range. They are showing you what is the minimum money people are paying for that keyword and what is the maximum. Okay, the low range and the high range. Okay, so now taking this into consideration, you can select your keywords. Okay, you can select your keywords. Okay, I'll give you a example with more examples, suggestions, so that we can have a look at it in a better manner. Okay, let's say, so now you can see this is for iPhone 7s in Thailand. Okay, these are the numbers. Okay, and now related to iPhone 7s, look, what are the different searches are happening. Okay, there is iPhone 7s Plus, 7 with the space S Plus, 7s Plus. These are the kind of different searches which are happening right now with respect to iPhone 7s. Okay, so now what you can do is you can select. Okay, you can select the keywords which you want. Okay, let's say these are the 3 which we want. Okay, now what you can do, you can add them. You can see it clearly says over here, add keywords. So I will go ahead with that. And now you can see that these 3 keywords are in plan. Okay, they're in my plan. And now what I can do is I can do a forecasting on them. Okay, I will do a forecasting to understand how they will work for me. If I use them, what is the kind of clicks, impressions can I get potentially? Okay, what is the cost I will have to bear on them? Okay, so that kind of a forecasting you can do. Okay, so let me show you that. You can see it says view forecast in the bottom of the page. So now we are coming to the forecast. Okay, so have a look, guys. It's saying that if I put it at 7 cents as the bid amount for the particular three keywords, I might only get one click, 16 impressions, and the cost total would be around 9 cents. Okay, for a month. Do you see on the top right? It's a prediction for the next month. It says 1st March to 31st March 2020. Okay, so this is all predictions being done for the next month. Now I'm saying that, okay, I will increase my bid. I will make this 80 cents. With 80 cents again, what they're saying is you will hardly get 2 clicks, 28 impressions. The cost will be very less. Now, what could be the reason? Can you see how much bid I'm increasing? From 7 cents, I'm going 10 times. I'm going more than 10 times to 80 cents to get a little bit of clicks and impressions. Okay, but there is no jump as such. Okay, in the clicks and impressions data proportionately. Okay, that is possibly because of the traffic. The traffic is not that much there for this particular kind of a search query in that region. Okay, so you have to be wary of that fact and then test out different bids over here and see if it helps. Let's try with $2.50. Again, you can see that even if I increase my bid to a whatever amount, there is a threshold. There is an upper cap which they have met. They can't give me more than 2 clicks and 28 impressions. That's the forecasting they have done. Okay, so depending on the different regions which you're catering to, the search queries will differ. Is everyone able to understand this? So this is where your budget planning happens. Okay. Okay, let's try with 11 as well. Okay. Okay, so seems like that there were very less searches till August, and then September onwards it bumped up. So which is happening. So we can see. Let's try with the first one as 11 Pro. Okay, and we will add the keywords. And now we are doing a forecasting for them. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so that is what is happening. That's correct. Okay, so with 7 cents, they're saying that you might be potentially can get around 18,000 clicks, 210,000 impressions. The total money you might have to pay around $800. Okay, I'm saying that's too much money. I can't pay $800 a month. I want to reduce it. So I will bring the bid down to, let's say, 4 cents. With 4 cents, they're saying you might get around 14,000 clicks, these many impressions, and $430. I'm saying this looks reasonable. I can afford it. I can pay up to $500 a month, okay, to run this. So what exactly did I do? I tried different bids, and then I came to a conclusion of the potential returns it can give me in terms of clicks, impressions, and cost. And then I'm going to go ahead with it. Okay, so this is like a bid simulation tool, okay, which we use here, where we try different bids to come to a budget calculation, an approximate budget which we feel is reasonable enough, which is giving me the right number of clicks and impressions in return. Okay, that's the intent of doing this activity. Make sense to everyone? Yeah. Okay. Any other questions so far? What is the meaning of average position? Yeah, Arvind. So average position is, again, sorry about that. So what has happened is average position was a metric which we had earlier. Okay. Now you will not find it anywhere else. It only shows up on this tool. Okay. Average position is nothing but it is a average of the position where your ad appears. Okay. Now you know this, right? That your ad does not have a fixed position. It can come on first position, second position, third position, fourth position, wherever possible, because it is dependent on a performance. Okay. If you win in an auction, only then you appear. Now, what happens in an auction? You always compete with new competitors. It is not the same people who you are competing with. Every single auction is new because the competitors are new. Okay. So in some auctions, you're very good. So that's why you're coming in the first, second, third position. In some auctions, you're not that great. Then you're coming at the sixth, seventh, eighth position. So the system just takes an average of it. So in context to this tool, what they're saying is that you might be able to show up between second and third position on an average. Okay. For Keyword Planner tool, do we need to register or anyone can log into it and get all the data? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. So no problem, Arvind. Tanjit, so what happens here is it is not a free tool. Okay. We need to have an active Google Ads account. Only then the data appears. Okay. Otherwise, you know what will happen? You can access it. You can have a dummy Google Ads account. You can go to the Keyword Planner tool there. You can do all of that. Okay. But it will not show you data. Okay. So it is required to have a live Google Ads account to utilize it. If my ad is coming on page 3, okay, sir, okay, of Google search, still it would be considered, okay, good point. Pavan, so what happens here is our idea of an impression is when the page loads. Okay, the page load, how does it work? Okay, so the moment a page loads, okay, there are spaces created on the page where an ad can come, right? Now, when the space area, the page loads, it sends a request. It's an ad request, which is being sent to Google servers to send an ad for that particular space. Okay, now that is when the auction happens, it competes, and then the winning ad comes and shows up on the page. Okay, so the idea of an impression is valid when a page completely loads up. Okay, so going back to your point, unless and until a user goes to the page 3, the impression will not be counted. Okay, it has to be a case wherein somebody goes to page 3 and sees the ad over there. Then only it will be considered as an impression inside the Google Ads account. Otherwise not. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Any other questions so far? That's everyone okay with me? Okay. I think there was one question, conversion rate. So let's look at that as well. Okay. Conversion rate is pretty easy to understand, logical. You guys understood what is conversions, right? Okay. Now conversions, basically what we talked about was a sale happening on the website. This is what we're calling as a conversion rate, conversions. Okay. Conversion rate is basically a ratio. I'll write it down over here. It is a ratio between your conversions and your clicks into 100. Okay. To give you a simple example, let's say my ad was shown 10 times. Okay, that was 10 impressions. My ad got shown 10 times, out of which I got 5 clicks. 5 users came and they clicked on my ad. Okay, what happened? They went to my website. Okay, now when they went to my website, out of the 5 people, 2 people, they filled up my form. Okay, remaining 3 didn't. Okay, so what is my conversion rate? 2 by 5 into 100. So what proportion of people are actually converting after they click on your ads? That is a conversion rate. Okay, it's a good metric to monitor. Okay, it's an important metric to monitor. Imagine this thing. Okay, last point. Imagine this thing that your conversion rate is very low, extremely low. What does that mean? It basically means that when people click on your ad, they reach your website. On the website, they don't feel good. Okay, they don't feel good about doing business with you. They don't find the website appealing enough to buy a product or fill up a form or do anything of those actions. Okay, so it's an important metric for us to monitor. Farhad, we were talking about conversion rate, which is basically a ratio, a metric which we show inside our Google Ads account. You can see it over here. Can you guys see the first campaign, which is Universal App September 1st campaign? Okay, you can see my conversions over here is 1,285. Okay, my clicks are 5,604. Okay, so conversion rate is dividing these two. Okay, 1,285 divided by 5,604, which brings it to 22.93. Okay, conversion rate is out of the total number of clicks, how many people got converted, how many conversions came. Okay, is there any way to know how people shuffle between different websites? Oh, okay. I mean, from my website, where do they go next? Oh, okay. Right, where do they go next is, Rajiv, is something we can't keep a track of. But you know, I had that in mind right now for our session. Good you brought this up. That we certainly have the option of a remarketing campaign, wherein we can follow them. Okay, if they go to any other website, we can certainly follow them with our ads, and we try to entice them to click on it and come back to our website. You must have seen this happening with you as well. Whenever we go to any e-commerce or a air ticket booking business website, and we don't purchase anything there, we leave that website and go to other websites, the ad starts coming there, right? So yeah, we can do remarketing, but your first point, we can't do that. We don't have that feature of keeping a track of websites they go to. Okay, we search keyword baby food in Myanmar. Okay, trying. Okay, yeah, sure, absolutely. Let me just show you that quickly. Any other questions so far? So it has data. Okay. Okay, interaction rate. Okay, I'll just talk about that also. Let me just write it down. I'm asking this because we are planning content website. Okay, and KPI of this website should be nudging them to go to my product website. Okay. So what you are planning to do is planning to create a content website for your business. And what you will be doing there is you will be, okay, I got it. So you're trying to drive traffic from this website to your product page, product website specifically. Right. Yeah. So in that case, Rajiv, I feel if that is the idea, then I think SEO would be a good idea. You can also do that because in SEO we do these kind of external linkings, which we do, right? And on different places where we can talk about your product website, and then we put those links over there. It's like a barter system, right? Wherein we give referral links, and that will drive traffic to your product website. That is possible. I think SEO would be a much more effective way of driving traffic to the product website that way. Because a lot of things can happen. You can create internal links, external links, which you can create over there, okay, which would help to drive traffic like that. So this feature which you talked about is very specific to SEO. So I think a good idea will be that if you have an SEO manager or anybody who's expert in SEO can work with you on this. Okay. Right, interaction rate. Let's quickly look at interaction rate also. This is very simple, able to understand, logical thing. Okay, interaction rate, or what we call it, the old name for it was CTR. Okay, you guys might be knowing this. CTR is click-through rate. Okay, click-through rate basically means It's a ratio between your clicks and impressions. Out of the total number of times your ad was shown, how many times people clicked on it? Okay, this is again denoted in percentage format. The formula for this is clicks by impressions into 100. That's your interaction rate. You can see this inside your Google Ads account. Like here I can show you. You can see the interaction rate over here. This is what we're talking about, 3.29. Okay, this is just dividing interactions by impressions into 100. Okay, another important metric to monitor, because this rate basically tells me how my ads are performing. It's very important for me to monitor this metric, because again, if I have a very low interaction rate, which basically means that my ad is not that great. It's not appealing. People are not liking it. They're not clicking on it. It is coming on the page, but the content is not that catchy enough. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Rest of the people all good with me till here? All right. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So, right. So we spoke about the smart display campaign, okay, which we can create here, which is help you to generate leads. Okay. In the same manner, there is an extension called lead form generation, a lead form extension. Okay. It's a very new extension which has been added in Google Ads now, which helps to generate leads again. Okay. So I'll take you through this as well. Before we get into this, we just need to understand, do you guys have been through ad extensions? Do you guys have an idea about this? I'll give a brief idea about it and then we get into it. Okay, ad extensions. Okay, fair enough, no problem. All right. Okay, so ad extensions basically is like if you look at the word itself, ad extension, it's called, it is an extension of the ad. Okay, when you give extra information along with your ad, it is called an ad extension. Okay, any kind of extra information. Why are we doing this? We are trying to give a good user experience to people. Okay, that is the intention behind giving extra information. Okay, let me show you some live examples. Okay, do you guys see this ad, the Google ad which says save 35% on Lenovo laptop, get additional rupees 5,000 off? Okay, this is an ad which is coming. Okay, this is a Google ad. Okay, now the ad is till here. Okay, till lightweight. Okay, after lightweight, what they're telling me is types. What are the different types of Lenovo laptops they are selling? They're selling a yoga series, iPad series. These are the different types of Lenovos which they have in their stock. Okay, so this is called an extension. Okay, this is an extra information given apart from the ad. Okay, in the same manner, if you look at this hyperlink, it is the address of a nearest location where I can buy the Lenovo laptop. This is another type of an extension. Okay, so this is what we are talking about when we say ad extensions. Okay, different types of extra information shown along with your ads. Okay, let me show you a few more other examples if I can. All right. Okay. So now if you look at the first ad which says book sale at Amazon up to 60% off on select titles. Okay. In this again, if you look at the last 4 links, it says children or young adults, literature and fiction, business books, textbooks, self-help. So this is also an extension wherein they're saying that we have these different genres of books in our store, in our website. Okay, so if you want, you can go to the different sections and you can check out our books. Another way of giving extra information to customers. It's also called snippet. Snippet is different. I'll show you snippet in a while. Okay, snippet was the one which I showed with types. You saw the types one, right? The one before this. That is a structured snippet. Okay, great. All right, is everyone with me till here? Yeah, so extensions, they basically helps us to provide extra information. Okay, all right. Do you guys want to take a small break and come back again? We can take a 15 minutes break and come back. Will that be okay? It is 9:25 India time. Let's come back exactly in 15 minutes and we continue with the session. Yeah. All right. Okay. Fair enough. All right. All right, guys. Let's meet in 15 minutes and then we resume. Okay. Thank you so much. Is it better to invest in ad extension at the time of ad or first check the? Yeah, it is advisable. Ad extension, Rishi, is a very good practice. Okay, if you add extensions in your ads, it improves your quality score. Okay, it contributes to your quality score. So it's always recommended to have ad extensions. Okay, so you can do it from day one itself while you're creating the ad. Okay, all right. Hi guys, everyone there? Right, okay. All right, so we're looking at the ad extensions over here. So Rishi, yeah, with respect to ad extensions, so I was talking about the fact that these are features inside the Google Ads account. Okay, so we use this inside your ads. Just under the ad, you can provide this information free of cost. Okay, now this feature as an ad extension is you don't need to pay anything extra for this. Okay, uh, these are, as you can see over here, they will be coming at the bottom of the page. There are different types. There are like 11 different types of ad extensions. Okay, so one of them which we're going to look at today is the lead generation extension. Okay, so what happens over here is, going back to your question, the cost goes up by what percentage? So it depends what type of an extension are you creating. Okay, if you create a one which is not clickable, like there is a call out extension, okay, or a structured snippet extension, okay, these are all non-clickable extensions, so people can't click on it. They will just get to see the free information. Like I'll show you an example like this one. Okay, here you can see we are telling the people that these are the different types of Lenovo laptops available on the website. Okay, so as you can see, I can't click on it. Okay, so this is completely free. You can create it inside your Google Ads account and it will come up with your ad and you don't need to pay anything. However, if you look at the other extension I was showing you, which is the address, this is called a location extension. Okay, which if I click on this, it will open maps.google.com and then we can see the complete route to reach this place. Now this is clickable. Okay, when I click on this, it takes me to Google Maps. Okay, right? So because of which this is paid. Okay, you will have to pay the CPC, cost per click. So whether you click on the ad or you click on this, it will cost you the same money. There is no additional money which we are paying here. Does that make sense to everyone? All right. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So I'm going to show you the lead form extension which we were talking about. This is going to be useful for your business again. The basic reason being, what we do here is, apart from the ad, under the ad, we provide an option for people to fill up a form. Okay, Rishi. Okay, so if clicks happen on both, yes. Ideally, see, it's a very hypothetical situation that a user will click on the ad, then he will come back and click on the extension also. So those two happening together is very rare. Okay, having said that, yeah, in that scenario, it will be 2 clicks. All right. Any other questions so far related to extensions? No? Okay, fair enough. All right, so we are talking about lead form extension. So the idea of using this extension, it's a very new extension which has been introduced by Google. So in this, what you can do is, you give an option for people to fill up a form. Okay, it's like a lead. Okay, so they can click on this and a form will open up in which they can provide all the details and they can submit. Okay, so that's like a lead generation which you can do through your ad. You can drive leads through this particular extension. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I will go inside the Google Ads account and we'll see the process of how you can create this. Okay. All right. Okay. So what we do whenever we create extensions, guys, is first we select the campaign in which we want this. Okay. Because this extension is going to come with the ad. So we have to select the right campaign for it. Okay. All these extensions which we are talking about are mostly for a text ad. Okay. There are very few extensions for image ads, the other ad formats we have got. Okay. So I'll open a search campaign. Okay, let's say we are doing it on online pet store, the second campaign. Okay, now I can go to any ad group. Let's say I'm going to the first ad group, which is pedigree dogs. And now I want to create the extension. On the left panel, you have ads and extensions. So you go there. And I want to create a lead form extension. So I'll go to the extensions section. And now you will see all the different types of extensions created in this campaign right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this plus button to select lead form. You guys can see these are all the 11 types. Okay, and this is the new beta one, which is lead form. It's a very simple process of creating this. So you can see now we can start filling up the details. So first it is happening at a campaign level. Okay, it is asking you to give a call to action. What do you want people to do? Do you want them to contact you? Do you want them to learn, get a quote, apply now? What will be the the call to action phrase? So I'm saying contact us. Now you can give the text. You can see the preview here. Okay, so you can say over here, contact us for any queries. Okay, and now when they click on this, the form will open up. So the form will look like this. Okay, so what will be the headline of the form? So you can start giving the business name. Okay, so here we can give the okay. Okay, and now you can ask them for the information. Do you want their name and phone number, email address, whatever you require? You can select those categories. You have to give the policy URL over here. A policy URL is basically the URL of your business policy. Okay, so the terms and conditions which you have for your business, for which you have to give the policy URL over here. So we can take this. Okay, if you want to add an image, you can do that also. Okay, sure. Just missed beginning of. Okay, I'll just repeat that once again. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay. So what we are doing, Farhat, is we are creating the lead form extension. So what we did was I selected a campaign. I got into the ad group of that campaign, and inside that I have gone to the extensions section where we are we are creating this. Sorry about that, guys. Right. Okay. So this is a form which we are filling up. Okay. You can give a call to action over here. You can choose whatever is suitable for your business. Then you give the extension text, what you will be asking people to do. Okay. You give the form details. Okay. Great. Okay. So give the headline, business name. Okay. Description. Okay. You can provide all of that. And then comes the submission form. Okay, so create the submission form message. Like this. And then the URL again, which you can provide. Okay, once you create this, you can save this over here. So now we have created a lead form extension. Let me show you. Here it is. Can you guys see this? It has gone for a check again. Your extensions will also go for a check. Once it is approved by Google, then it can go live. Is everyone able to understand this? What we are trying to do? How much time they take to approve? Sachit, so normally the business communication is 1 business day. Okay, but normally what I've seen, and in general also, if you check after 3-4 hours, it gets checked. Okay. Or any other questions so far with this extension? No? All right. Okay. Rest of the people, all good? Any other questions? No? All right. Fair enough. All right. Okay. Now, with respect to pharma again, and I think we were talking about, I think Rajiv was talking about this, wherein a lot of times what happens is people come to our website, they check out our products and services, and then what happens is some of them, they purchase our product, and then there is a particular percentage of people who don't. Okay. They just check it out and then they leave our website and they go to some other websites. Okay, so for them specifically, it's a good idea to do remarketing on them. Okay, you must have been a part of this, have seen this, wherein you go to various e-commerce websites, you go to air ticket booking websites, you don't purchase and you leave, and now what happens? The same ad keeps following you on other websites you go to, right? So that is remarketing, which we do here. Okay, remarketing is a very strong marketing strategy which has worked out really well. Okay, most of the e-commerce businesses, they do remarketing. Okay, almost we can say that 30 to 35% revenue they make from remarketing ads. The reason is also because of the fact that we are showing this ad to a person who is shown interest himself or herself. So there is a higher likelihood that they will purchase from us. Okay, the probability is much more over here. Okay, so you are catering to a hot lead. Okay, so the conversion percentage or the ratio of getting a sale is much better over here. Okay, so I thought that for pharma as well, to some extent, you can make use of this strategy of remarketing. Okay, wherein people who come to our website, who are not taking up the products and services, or who are not filling up your leads to your forms, you can follow them on other websites and you try to attract them, entice them. Okay, so we'll talk about remarketing. I'll take you through the whole process and I'll talk about various things in remarketing. Okay, have you guys been through a remarketing session? No? Okay, fair enough. All right, fair enough. All right. All right, so let's talk about how we do this. I'll do a practical also over here today so that I'll show you the whole thing, how you can create it in your Google Ads account, okay? All right, so let's discuss this. So now you have a fair idea of what is remarketing, right? You have seen it personally, also experienced it. So conceptually, you understand what we are dealing with here, okay? Now comes the second part of it, a couple of things. So what happens with Google Ads is, you can do remarketing with Google Ads. Same way you can do remarketing with Facebook ads, Bing ads. Okay, every other competitor who is there in the market right now, they can do remarketing through their own product. Okay, so Google is not the only one player who is doing remarketing ads. Okay, there are other players also. Okay, now with respect to with Google specifically, what you have here is there are two types of remarketing you can do: search remarketing and display remarketing. Okay, I'll give you simple examples of both. Okay, search remarketing means that, let's say I am into a business, or let's say I have a pharma website. Okay, I sell drugs and medicines. Okay, so people come to my website. Okay, and somebody goes ahead and checks out my product, does not purchase anything, and now he's thinking that let me do a Google search and let me see if I get a better price for this medicine. Okay, so he or she, they goes to google.com and searches for the same product. When they do so, I follow them there and I show them a text ad over there. That is called a search remarketing. Why? Because I followed them on google.com, which is a part of the search network. Okay, Google being a search engine, it's a part of the search network. Okay, so that becomes search remarketing. The other one is display remarketing. You can understand this now. Okay, a guy comes to my website, he checks out my medicines, my drugs which I'm selling, and he does not purchase anything, and now he goes to a random website. Let's say he goes to Times of India to read news about the world. Okay, or he goes to New York Times or CNBC, any of these websites he goes to read news. Okay, so what I do, I follow him there and I show him an image ad of my medicine, of my product. Okay, that becomes display remarketing. Okay, because we are following the people on content websites. Okay, that is how remarketing basically works in Google Ads. Okay, two different types of remarketing we can do. Okay, now comes the next part of it. How exactly are we doing this? Okay, so what we do over here is, there is a programming code. Okay, Google provides us with a remarketing programming code which we have to paste on our website. So this becomes a little technical. Okay, because you have to deal with codes. You don't have to get into coding, you just need to get the code and you have to give it to your programmer. Okay, your programmer pastes the code on the website and this code does the job. Okay, so what we do is we take this code. Okay, I will show you right now how you get the code from the Google Ads account. You take this code, you give it to your programmer and you ask your programmer to go ahead and paste this on your website. Okay, now this code has the capability of capturing the IP address of the user who comes on your page. Okay, so that is how remarketing happens. What we do is we capture the IP address of the users who come to our website and we store it in a database. Okay, and then parallelly what we do is we create a remarketing ad, and now we connect these two together. We connect the IP address with the ad. So now what happens? Wherever this IP address goes in the Google network, the ad follows it because they are connected. Okay, that is how we implement remarketing. Okay. So the simple process, keep this in mind. We get a programming code, we get it pasted on the website. This code will capture the IP address of the users who come to our website. Then we create a remarketing ad and we link both of them together. Okay. With competition, can we do the same with competition? So what you mean is, can you implement remarketing on their website? That's what you're saying? Capturing IP address of users will it have? Okay, can we get the IP address of consumer going to web? No. So what happens with Google Ads is we don't get an access to any of the IP addresses of users. Okay, what we are doing here is we are dealing with IP addresses, but we don't get an access of it. Okay. Yeah. So yes, absolutely. So going back to the question, is there a way to blocking remarketing ads? Yes, Rishi. So there are ad blocking. There's an ad blocker extension. If you apply it on your browser, then obviously remarketing ads will not work. Okay, so that is possible. Okay, capturing IP address of users, will it have any regulatory concerns? No, not really, Shailesh. So Google has all the terms and policies in place. Okay, it is a part of the process. Okay, basically what happens is these websites which are across the internet, which are a part of the Google network, okay, when they become a part of the Google network, they get into a deal with Google wherein they themselves proactively share this information with Google. Okay, so it's a completely a legal thing. There is no violation of policies, geographically as well speaking. Okay, remarketing across the globe is a legal activity being done for advertising purposes. Okay, Sachit, can we get the IP address? Oh, yeah, I told you it is not possible. Is there a way I can refrain, uh, allow Google to copy my IP address? Yeah, so that's what I was saying, Anil, that what you can do is you can install an ad blocker extension. Okay, either you do an ad blocker or you go to incognito in Chrome or private mode in Firefox. Then also, if you clear your caches and cookies, then if you do all these activities, then your remarketing ads will not follow you. Okay, any other questions? No? Okay, all right. So yeah, so I was talking about the process. Okay, so what we do is we get this code, we get it pasted, the code will capture the IP address, and then we create a remarketing ad for it and we link them together. Okay, that is how remarketing ads are built. Okay, so I'll just take you through the process. There are two steps which we have to follow here, which helps us to create the remarketing ad. Okay, so I'll just show you, we'll just discuss it a little bit right now, and then we go into the account and we create the campaign. Okay. All right. Okay. So in remarketing campaigns, guys, there are two major things we have to do. I normally put it down into step 1 and step 2 so that we understand what we are doing here. Okay. So step 1 is we have to create something we call as a remarketing list. Okay, so we would be already GDPR. Yes, yes. If we buy remarketing ads and we won't have to take on. Yes, absolutely right. Right. So ideally, yeah, that you have to just check with your company that you are GDPR compliant or not. Ideally, you should be. And since I'm assuming the business is Southeast Asia, so in your case, like normally what happens is, as per the GDPR, remarketing across the world can be done for 540 days, but only in European Union, you can do it for 393 days. Okay, so you will fall under the across the world. So 540 days you can easily do remarketing. But yeah, as per the GDPR compliance, proactively there should be a message on the website asking for a consent. All right. Okay. So yeah, so we were talking about the creation process. So in order to create this remarketing campaign, we have to create a remarketing list, guys. Okay, so we'll just simply define what is a remarketing list. Remarketing list is basically the database I was telling you, in which we collect all the IP addresses. Okay, you collect the IP addresses in this database, and these IP addresses, they're also called cookies. You will get to hear this term as well time and again. Okay, this is nothing but it is a programming code, okay, which can capture the IP address of a user. Okay, now I'll take a simple example to make it understandable. Okay, let's say I have an Apple website. Okay, on my Apple website, I am selling various Apple products. I sell Mac laptop, I sell iPhone, iPad, I sell iWatch. Okay, all right. Now, what I do is I go ahead and I create this remarketing list database for every section of my website. For the 4 sections, I create one by one for each one of them. Okay, so in this process, what I do is I get the code from each one of them and I paste it on every section. Okay, and now I wait for people to come. When people come to my website, they don't purchase, their IP addresses gets stored in the respective buckets. So for example, when a user comes to my Mac section and he checks out my Mac laptops and he does not purchase anything, his or her IP address gets stored in the Mac database. Same way, somebody coming to the iPhone section, checking out my iPhones and not purchasing and leaving, that person's IP address gets stored in the iPhone database, and so on and so forth. So like this, I start collecting IP addresses from every section of my website wherever traffic is coming. These are just random numbers I'm putting, okay, for the example's sake. Is everyone with me till here? Able to understand what's happening? Great. Rest of the people, all with me till here? Any questions so far? Okay, perfect, guys. Okay, all right. Great, guys. Okay, so this is going to be my, yeah, Farhad, I will do a practical. I'm just conceptually discussing right now. Once I finish this, then we go into the account. I'll show you the code, okay? Yeah. Okay, so this is our first part of the job. Okay, the second part of the job is we have to create a campaign. Okay, so step 2. Step 2 will be, okay, let me just put it on one page, easier for you guys. Okay, step 2 is going to be, I will go into my Google Ads account again, and over there, I'm going to create a Apple campaign in which I will create 4 ad groups. Okay, like this, I'm going to create various ad groups. I'm just showing you the structure. Cool. Okay, inside this ad group, what I'm going to do is I will create their respective ads. Okay, I create the ads, and all I need to do right now is I have to just link the respective remarketing list with the respective ads. Okay, so what will happen now? My 1200 cookies will, my 1200 IP addresses will follow MAC ads. 1300 IP addresses will follow iPhone ads, 1400 will follow iPad ads, and so on and so forth. This is how your remarketing campaign will run. Making sense to everyone? Conceptually able to understand? All right, rest of the people, all good. I am going to go inside the Google Ads account now, and we will do this step by step. Okay. Okay, so let's start. So we go back into the account and we have to do step one. Step one was create a remarketing list. As you can see, just follow the instructions and do that. Okay, so we are going to create a remarketing list first. So for which you go to tools and settings. You go to shared library. In shared library, the first one is your audience manager. Okay, this audience manager helps you to create a remarketing list. Okay, so here you can see the plus button. It says create remarketing list. So they will give you a simple form to fill up, and then you fill up that form, you submit it, and then you can see your remarketing code provided to you. Okay, so website visitors, this is what we want. People who visited your website or landing pages. So this is the form I was talking about. Okay, you have to fill up this form. So let's say, okay, going back to my example. Okay, I am selling Mac products. So I will say Mac customers. I am targeting Mac customers. Okay, and then it says list members. List means the remarketing list. Okay, members means the IP addresses. Okay, so they're asking you what kind of people are you tracking? I am saying I want to track visitors of a page, people who come to my page. Okay, customer list gets automatically updated. Yes, Rishi, exactly. It gets automatically updated as in when people come to my website. Okay, because I am ready. I have my list. I have my database created. I have my code pasted on the website. Now I just need to wait. The moment a customer comes to my page, his IP address gets recorded and it gets stored in the database automatically. Make sense? Right? Is it possible to add a list collected from? Oh, yes, yes, that is also possible. Yes, I had that in mind. Let me finish this. I'll come to that. Okay, that is called customer match. Okay, I'll write it down over here so that it remember. Okay. So what you're saying is it possible to add a list collected from offline? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, this happens through customer match. Okay, I'll show you this once we finish this off. Okay. Right. Okay. So what you do is you give your URL now. Okay. In visited page, they're asking you, tell us the URL. Give us the URL of your website, or the page which you're trying to track. Okay. So I will give the URL over here. I will say apple.com/Mac. Mac page is what I'm tracking. Okay. Then comes membership duration. Membership duration is the time frame for which you are going to follow that particular user. Okay, so you know your business, you have been doing business for a long time, you will know very clearly for how many days should I follow a customer so that he or she gets convinced, right? So as per the GDPR rule, okay, the maximum number of days you can do is 540 across the globe. Only with European Union, you can do it for 393 days. Okay, so put whatever days you find it to be suitable for your business, and then you can create the audience. Okay, so right now I have created this particular remarketing list, okay, which is basically nothing but an empty shell. Okay, it's like an empty container, okay, in which I'm going to collect all the IP addresses. That is my job. Okay, as an advertiser, as an SCM manager, my job is to create this, I don't need to deal with IP addresses. I don't get an access of IP addresses. Okay, they automatically gets collected in this database. Okay. Now, our job is not finished yet. Okay, what we require is the code. Okay, we require the code which will get pasted on the website. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so you go to Mac customers. On the left panel, you will find audience sources. Okay, so you go to audience sources. This is where you will find the code. Okay, it says Google Ads tag. Tag means code. Okay, you can go to the details of it. Okay, now if you scroll down to the bottom of this page, you will find tag setup instructions and tag code. This is where you will find the code. They will give you 3 options. Do you want to install the tag yourself? If you understand programming, coding, then go ahead, do that. Second is you can email it to your programmer who can do it for you, or you can use the Google Tag Manager. If you understand this as well, you can do it yourself. Okay, let's go with the first one, wherein we are saying we are doing it ourselves. Okay, this is the programming code we are talking about, guys. Global site tag. Okay, this code needs to go on every single page of your website. Do you see the instruction written over here? Copy the tag below and paste it between head and /head tags of every page. This is what your programmer is supposed to do. Okay, if you understand programming, then you are doing it. Okay, get this code, go to the coding part of the page and paste it between head and /head. Basically, just above /head. Does this make sense? Yeah, okay. I'll just give you a small demo. Okay, I'll give you a small demo of how a programmer might be doing it. Okay, Raju, can I also filter my target customers on the basis of device? Filter the customers on the basis of devices they have. I mean, only $10 iPhone 11 users. Okay, so what you are saying is you want to filter your your customers as per the devices. Okay, so basically, I would like to know how many customers are using a particular device versus the other device. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So from advertising point of view, it is not something which we are focusing on. Okay. At the max, what we do here is their purchasing capacity. Right. What we do over here is, I'll give you an example of this. Similar in this context, what we do is you can certainly, let's say, again, taking the same example of I'm selling mobile phones, okay, online. Okay, now I'm running a campaign where I want people to come to my website and purchase my phones. Okay, now I ran the campaign for a month. At the end of the month, I can certainly see what are the, let's say I sold 20 phones. Okay, all right. Now I can certainly see, like, remember I did the smart display campaign. Okay, and if you do a normal display campaign which is based on conversions, okay, you can see the demographics data. Okay, if you go to the demographics section of that campaign, it will tell you male, female, age group wise, so bifurcation done, and will tell you that 20 phones were sold, out of which 11 were sold to a male, okay, and 9 were sold to a female. Okay, that kind of a bifurcation can happen. They will also give you a bifurcation by age, gender, parental status, and household income. Okay, so they will break down, they will segment that sale into these 4 categories and show you. Okay, that is possible, but not the one which you were asking for. Does it make sense? Yeah. Okay. Sure. Does it work for banner ads as well as YouTube ads? Yes, yes, Rishi. You can certainly do remarketing for banner ads. I was going to show it right now, okay, for image ads, which is banner ads, and YouTube ads also. You can do YouTube remarketing also, possible, not a problem. Okay, so let me just show you that. Okay, uh, Farhad, no. Farhad, we require the code only for remarketing. Okay, otherwise for for normal advertising you don't require any code. Okay, Rishi, Facebook ads, yes, they will have their own process product. Okay, in their Facebook ads account they have remarketing feature. Okay, so they will do it themselves through their product. Okay, we will only deal with, because it's falling under SCM, so we only deal with Google ads. Social media marketing will cover Facebook ads as well. Okay. All right. So what I have done right till now is I have created the first step. I've done the first step, which is we have created the code, we generated the code, and let's assume that we have pasted the code on the page. Okay. Now we have to do the second step. Second step is we will have to create the campaign. Okay. So I'll create one display campaign because Rishi was asking for that, having a banner ads for it. So we'll do a display campaign. Okay, so new campaign. I'm going to do it for, since we are doing remarketing, so it's a sales oriented activity. So we'll do sales and we are going to do display campaign this time. Okay, we do a normal standard display campaign. Okay, you can give the website URL over here. We will start filling up the details, basic level details, very easy to understand, should not be a problem at all to anyone. Okay, so we'll say remarket display. Okay, February 2nd. You give your location targeting, you do your language targeting. Okay, bidding, because since again this is a conversion based campaign, so we're keeping it as target CPA. Then we go into budget. Okay, you then move on to ad group. You name the ad group. Okay, here, and now it gives you targeting option. Okay, there are two options of targeting, automated or manual. Okay, so system is saying that if you want, we can do the targeting for you, you don't need to do it. I'm saying no, I want to do it myself because I want to implement remarketing, so I will switch to manual targeting. Now see here guys. Okay, this is where you will find remarketing to be done. Remarketing is a part of audiences targeting. Okay, audiences means people. Whenever you deal with people, okay, you will find it is related to audiences in Google Ads. Okay, so it says select audiences to define who should see your ads. Okay, so this is where we do remarketing. So you go here and now you can go to browse. And the last option, if you see, it says how they have interacted with your business, remarketing and similar audiences. Okay, so this is what we require. So we select this. You remember when I was creating the remarketing list, the option which I chose was website visitors, right? In the drop down, the first option was website visitors. I selected that. So the same thing I have to select over here. When I select this, Hi guys, are you able to hear me now? Yeah, sorry about that. I think the internet went away. Sorry about that. I hope you guys can see my screen. Yeah, perfect. All right. Okay. Right. Okay. So we were continuing with the campaign creation process. I hope you saw this part which I was showing you, wherein we could select the remarketing list. So we were in the audiences section, and we were going through all the remarketing lists created in the account so far. And I selected Mac customers February 2nd is the one which I created today with you guys in the first step, right? So I've selected that now. So what we have done, this is an important piece, okay? Because this is where the connection is happening. You're connecting the remarketing list with the ad group. And now after this, the process is very simple. We just need to create the image ad. Okay, so you say done to this and you come back to the ad creation process. We had done this in the beginning of the day. Okay, the same image ad or the banner ad, which we can create out here. Is everyone able to understand this? Any questions? Okay, you can see I'm creating the same thing once again. Okay, so this will be the display remarketing which we are talking about. Okay, this is how the ad will look like. This is your display remarketing going to happen. Okay. You can give the business name over here. Okay, so I have created the display remarketing campaign. You can see now, this is my campaign name, Remarket Display, February 2nd. Okay, then this is the one ad group I have created inside it. If I go inside the ad group, I can see my ad over here. Okay, if I want to see my remarketing, which I have done over here, on the left panel, if you go to audiences, you will find remarketing over there. See, this is the remarketing list which we have connected over here. Okay, and now the campaign is ready. Okay, the ad will go for a check. Once the ad is approved by Google, then the campaign will go live. Okay, and then we start waiting. We keep waiting for people to come to our website. Okay, yeah, another important piece of information I forgot to mention here. Whenever you're creating a remarketing campaign, guys, okay, remember this thing that it is not going to be a case that you collect one IP address and the ad will start following it. You have to collect a significant number of IP addresses, only then the campaign will start running. Okay, so if you're running a search remarketing campaign, then you need to collect at least 1,000 IP addresses. Only then it will start following them. If you are doing a display remarketing, banner ads or image ads, then you require 100 IP addresses. Then only the ads will start following them. Otherwise, till then, we'll have to wait. Make sense to everyone? Is it okay? Everyone able to understand? Okay, all right. Any other questions on remarketing specifically? I'm going to talk about customer match now. Okay, before I get into that, any other questions? No? All right. Fair enough. I didn't understand. Recap? Recap. Okay, okay. Recap of which part, Farhad? After we lost voice. Okay. So yeah, so what we were doing was we were in the process of creating the remarketing campaign. Okay, and we lost. I got disconnected over there. Okay, so what I did was I had filled up the information. Okay, we linked the remarketing list with the ad group, and then we went ahead on that page to create the ad. So you can see this is the image ad which we created. Okay, and then we completed the whole campaign creation process. Okay, so now what we have to just wait for is to get the ad checked and gets approved, post which the campaign can go live. Okay, that's how it's going to. All right. Okay. So we'll just talk about the one which is customer match as well. Customer match is another feature you will get in remarketing. Okay. So this is what I think they were asking specifically. You guys were asking for. So we'll just talk about this. So customer match is what happens here is very simple logic. I think everybody will understand also. So what happens here is like suppose I am an e-commerce business. Okay, I am Amazon, Flipkart, or a Snapdeal kind of a business. Now, what happens here is if you want to use any of these e-commerce portals, okay, you go to these websites and you will have to sign up. Okay, when you sign up, they will ask you a number of details regarding you, which can be your name, your email address, your postal code, all this information which you provide, and you fill up their form and you sign up, right? Okay, so now these e-commerce companies, they have a huge database of their users. Okay, they have a huge database of their users, email addresses, first name, last name, postcode, all these things they have. Okay, so now what they can do is they can use this information to again do remarketing. Okay, how they do it is they are provided with a spreadsheet. When you inside the Google Ads account, there is a spreadsheet, empty spreadsheet provided to them. Okay, in that spreadsheet they go ahead and upload all these information. Like email address is mandatory. Okay, then comes first name, last name, postal code, all this information. The more information you can provide, the better it is. Okay, so you provide all that information in that spreadsheet. Okay, and then you upload that spreadsheet at the backend. Okay, and then you come back to your campaign creation and you connect your remarketing campaign with that spreadsheet. Okay, that customer list. It's also called customer list. Okay, so the way what we did today, the way we linked a remarketing list with our campaign, in this we connect the customer list with the campaign. That is the only difference. There is no other difference. Okay, the process is a little different, wherein you have to fill up the sheet, upload it at the back end. I'll show you right now. Okay, that is the only part which is different, but rest, connecting them together implementation wise, absolutely the same. Does this make sense? what we are dealing with? Okay, that's the feature. Is everyone with me? Any questions so far on this? No? Okay, all right. I'll just do a practical of it also. So I'll tell you what is the case, current situation, okay? A customer list, I'll show you first, okay? Have a look at this, okay? So the first thing which we require is the customer list. So the same process again. You go to tools and settings. You go to shared library, audience manager. In audience manager, you again go to the plus button. And here you will find customer list. It says list of customer data that you have collected. Can we use customer ID of one website to do remarketing of other website? No, Rajiv. So I'll tell you how we are doing this, okay? This particular one. We require the email address, okay? Because the email address is the main thing with which we do remarketing. Okay, so now what happens is wherever the customers are logged in with that email address, we follow them over there in the Google network. Okay, that is how it is going to work. Can we use customer ID of one website? Okay, to do remarketing of other website. So what you are trying to say is, let's say I have an website A for which I have a database of customers ID. I use that ID on a website B for doing remarketing. Yeah, so that is something which should be possible, should not be a problem, because in this case, we just require a list of email addresses. Now, where they are coming from, that is not, we don't have a policy around that. So that is certainly possible, which we can possibly do. Is remarketing the same where you can push vouchers to customers? Sorry, I want to do my, okay. Customers of content website who are coming to that. Yes, absolutely, you can do that. Yeah. Yes. So people who are coming to your content website, you have a data, you have their information, right? And now you can do a remarketing of this sort, wherein you can create an ad about your product website. Absolutely, you can do that. A good idea. Yeah. Okay. Is remarketing the same where you can push vouchers to customers when they visit certain shops or malls they're frequent? Not really, Rishi. Remarketing as a basic concept is wherein a person comes to my website or my showroom and he checks out my products and he does not purchase for whatever reasons. He found the prices to be too high, or he thought he'll come later. For whatever reasons, he does not purchase or do business with me. So now I want to follow him on other websites when he go to them, because I have realized somewhere that this guy has interest in my business. So it's a good idea to promote my business in front of him or her, because then there are higher probability of he or she purchasing. That is basically remarketing. Okay, what you are saying possibly is I entice them with vouchers so that they come back later on to avail those vouchers. So that's a little different thing which we are doing. All right, yeah. So coming back to customer list I was talking about. So what has happened, guys? Lately, Google has changed the process of using customer list. Okay, like I'll show you what happens here is you can't opt for this option proactively yourself. You will have to get an approval from Google Ads team for customer list. Okay, I'll show you right now. See, when I'm choosing customer list, it says your account is currently not eligible to use customer match. Okay, so what has happened is earlier it was not like this. The process was different. Earlier, people could use customer list, they could upload the email addresses, and they can do remarketing. Okay, but in the course of doing that, what happened was a lot of wrong data was filled in. People will not fill in the right email addresses. Okay, email addresses were filled in with the wrong format. There was no @ sign. A lot of what you call like gimmicks, special characters were written in the email addresses, because of which it will not work. So that's why Google went ahead and changed the process. They said that no, we will not let people do it themselves. We will first check. Okay, so what you have to do is you reach out to the Google Ads customer care and you ask them that you want to get your account whitelisted for customer match. Okay, you will have to get your account whitelisted for customer match, and then only you can avail this option. Okay, once your account is whitelisted, you can easily go to customer list. They will give you a empty spreadsheet. You upload all the details over there and then create the remarketing campaign. All right, I can hear somebody's background noise, sound. Can the person can mute it? All right, thank you so much. Yeah, I'll just put this note as well here. Okay, all right, so that's your customer list which we are talking about. All right, any other questions so far? Is everyone able to understand? Yeah, okay, okay. Right, so email ID is required when you want to do email marketing. If you want to follow on other website where it says only IP. Yes, yes. If you want to do email, email ID is required for email marketing, which is a different thing altogether. If you follow, yeah, other website assets, yes, yes. So remarketing is purely based on IP address tracking. Yeah. Okay, that's how it's going to work. All right. Okay. Any other questions so far? No? This is fine? All right. Okay. Okay, customer list as shown. Same way, you can also do video remarketing as well. If you guys planning to have video ads or videos of your product and services, you can certainly use video remarketing, okay, which can be done. Nothing changes over here. You saw the process which I did today, okay, wherein what I did was I created a remarketing list and then I created a display campaign. The only change you will do in video remarketing is you will be creating a video campaign. Okay, rather than having a display campaign which is an image ad, you will create a video campaign with video ad and connect both of them together. What is video remarketing? Simple. People come to our website, they check out our products and services, they don't purchase anything, they leave our website, and now they go to YouTube. Okay, they go to YouTube to watch a video. Okay, so while they are watching a video, before they start watching a video, you can follow them there and show them a video ad of your product. That is a video remarketing, which we are calling here. Farhad, yes, I am going to share this document. I'm creating this document for you guys only. Okay, so this document will be shared with you. I'll give it to my coordinator. He will email it to you. Okay, so, right. So I'll just show you how we can do that. So let's imagine that we have already done the remarketing list creation. Okay, and now I plan to create a video campaign. So the process remains the same, which is we go to a new campaign creation. Okay, I will do sales because we are doing remarketing here. And this time I'm going to choose video. That's my video. Okay, and we will go ahead and fill up all the details. Video campaigns is the easiest campaign creation you can ever have. Okay, very simple, nothing complicated. I just feel sometimes remarketing can be a little complicated for people to understand, and shopping campaigns. But video, display, search, these are very simple campaigns to build. Should not take much time for you to understand and then use it. Okay. Okay, so we'll say video remarket. Okay, February 2nd. I know, I'm just saying, if you spend some time on the product and you get to see it, read up the whole thing, it was quite explanatory. Okay, so see, what we are doing is I'm naming the campaign and then the bidding strategy I've chosen, maximize conversions. I want to get conversions out of it. I am giving the budget for this campaign, how much money I can spend on video campaigns. I can put the money here. Where can we see ID click? How to limit auto click on? Okay, what do you specifically mean by ID click? Okay, what I guess what you're trying to say is invalid clicks. Is that what you're referring to? The person clicks our ads. Yes, exactly. Okay. All right. Yeah. So this is referring to the invalid clicks activity. Okay. So yeah. So it is a particular thing which is in practice and which Google refrains from and does not want to happen. Okay. So ideally, what happens is you can't see it separately anywhere. Okay. When you start running a Google Ads campaign for a while, you will have a fair idea about the on an average how many clicks do you get on a per day basis. Okay, let's say I am into a business, an online business of selling shoes. Okay, and I'm running a campaign for 2-3 months now. By now I have a fair idea that on an average I get like 20 clicks per day. Okay, and then one fine day I saw that it spiked and it went up to 50 clicks. Okay, that should ring a bell in my head. Okay, that should ring a bell in my head that this looks like an unusual activity. This is not a normal thing. I used to get only 20-25 clicks on an average. How come it can be 50 today? Okay, in such a scenario, what you do is you report it. So we have a Google Ads traffic quality team. Okay, so you reach out to them and you raise a request. You can call up on their customer care or through an email support team. You can write into them in issuing a investigation. Okay, asking them that can you just look into this because I feel that this is an invalid click activity. Then this team gets into the work and they have internal tools to investigate, and then they come back to you and they let you know that, and if they feel that it was genuine, that it really happened, then what they're going to do is they're going to refund you the money. Like, you know, right? Like you pay for the clicks, right? So the 50 clicks, they will charge you initially, but if you report it, and they realize that yes, it was an invalid activity, they will refund that money back. Okay, so that is how it is going to work. So I will share one particular article with you, which will help you to fill up that form, or you can reach out to the team to report that. Okay, so that's the only way to limit it. Okay, what they do is they refund you the money and they contact the competitor advertisers who are doing it, sending them a stinker email saying that they should refrain from doing this, otherwise their account will get suspended. Okay, so that was the case study also I had today. So I'll just discuss it with you after this. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So we're just continuing with the video remarketing campaign. You guys can see over here, I'm filling up the budget details, networks, everything remains the same. So there is no automatic algorithm way to monitor false clicks. Yeah, or machine clicks. Yeah. So see, what happens is there is a programming algorithm in place whose intent is to identify legitimate and illegitimate clicks. Okay, which is there in place. Okay, having said so, people have created a lot of workarounds, which is this invalid clicks, wherein they hire people to click on ads. Then the second one is they have programming codes which we can implement, wherein it's a machine based, as you're saying, machine based clicks, which is like a clickbait. So which Google cannot stop anyone from doing that. They can only have their policy very secured, which can track those and help. Okay, but again, to a certain extent. So that is why we need the advertisers contribution into this, so that they report it to us and Google can go ahead and investigate. Right. Okay. So I was just going to create the remarketing campaign. Now you can guys see over here that we are just creating a video ad group, which is for remarket. Okay. Again, the same options will appear. Okay. So I have to go to audiences over here, and in audiences, I will do remarketing the way I had done in display. Now I'm doing it in video. Same, how they have interacted with your business, remarketing, website visitors, and we can select the same remarketing list which we created today. Mac customers, February 2nd. This is the one. Okay, so I've connected the remarketing list here, and now I can straight away get into the ad creation, my video ad creation. I will attach my ad. This is my video this is a video skippable in-stream ad which we are creating. You must have seen this coming on your mobile phone or your desktop. Okay, just before the video content starts, it's a skip ad button ad which comes. It will come before the video content starts, while the video content is going on, or at the end of the video content. Okay, you can give a call to action. Let's say sign up. Okay, this will be your video remarketing, which we are doing here. Is everyone clear with this? Video remarketing, how video ads can be used for remarketing purposes? All right, rest of the people, all good? Any other questions so far? Can you please again explain creating remarketing list? Yeah, sure. How to upload videos created by a team? Okay, Farhad, so in order to upload videos, you will first require, it's a very simple process, okay? So what you do is, So we, again, remember this thing very clearly. Google as a company or the advertising company, they will not create the video. You will have to hire an agency who will shoot the video and you will get the video made. Then you will have to open a YouTube account. Okay, you will open a YouTube account in which you will upload the video. Okay, and then you link that YouTube account with this Google Ads account, with your Google Ads account, and then you can create the whole thing. Okay. All right, Rishi, for creating the remarketing list, we have to go to tools and settings, and under shared library, we go to audience manager, and here you will get a plus button to create a remarketing list. It will ask you to choose the options. So I'm choosing website visitors. It will give me this form to fill up. I will fill it up and I'll create the audience. Okay, this session is getting recorded, so you guys can refer to it as well. Okay, later on, this will be shared with you, so you can have a look at it if you have similar questions. Okay. All right. Okay. Any other questions? No? Okay. So I just wanted to share one particular case study from pharma specifically. Okay, which is for this company called Pharmatron. Okay. Shailesh, in the option for app users, so that refer to which all apps? Oh, app users is basically the remarketing in which what we are doing is users who will be, so again, if you have a particular, let's say you have a business wherein, and you have an app developed for it. Okay, people come to your app, they use it. Okay, but then they don't purchase anything. Okay, like suppose I'm on Amazon. Okay, I have an app built, people have downloaded my app. Okay, they open the app, they come to my app. Okay, they check out my products, but then they don't purchase anything. They leave and then they go to some other website. So in such a scenario also you can do remarketing. Okay, so it is not for all apps, it's specific to your own business app. Does that make sense? Great, great. Right. Okay, so I just wanted to discuss this particular case study, which was for this company called Pharmatron, which they are basically dealing with pharmaceutical products which they manufacture, manual and semi-automatic solid dosage testing equipments, which they sell. Okay, their objective was they wanted to drive qualified leads for their business through paid search campaigns if they could. Okay. They're willing to spend like $150 for each lead generated. Okay, that was the idea. They had been given a budget of able to spend 150 rupees on advertising to every lead which they can get. Okay, another problem which they were facing, which Ruby was talking about, was that there was a competitive company who was constantly was bidding on their terms, on their branded terms. Okay, so because of which, what was happening was the competitors' ads were most of the time coming, and which was a kind of a violation of Google Ads policies. Okay, so this was another problem they were facing. The third thing which they wanted to take care of was the conversion tracking piece. In order to drive these leads, they wanted a system in place which would help them to track these. So which is done through conversion tracking. Okay, we have a feature like that in Google Ads, wherein you get a programming code. This has nothing to do with remarketing. Okay, conversion tracking is a separate code which we have, which only deals with tracking sales or tracking leads. Okay, or tracking conversions. Basically, you take this code, you get it pasted on your thank you page. Okay, and this code helps to track all the leads which you're getting generated. Okay, so these were the three things which they were focusing on to accomplish through paid search campaigns. Okay, So what they started off with was, what they did was they went ahead and started with a smart display campaign, okay, wherein the objective was to generate as many leads as possible. Okay, so they had been running a lot of search campaigns and display campaigns in the past, and they have got a little bit of conversions from there, leads from there, but they wanted to excel that. They wanted to build more out onto it. Okay, so that's when they tried out a smart display campaign, and also in their search campaigns they applied this particular lead form. Okay, lead forms which they did on the non-branded campaigns. Okay, so when they did so, they started seeing that there is a consistent increase in the leads per month, 10 leads extra which they could see. And also the pricing was very good. Okay, they were willing to spend $150 per lead, but what they found was these leads were coming at a cost of $75. Okay, well below the campaign goal. Okay, so that ways they were able to save a lot of money and at the same time generate decent amount of leads from that. Okay, so what they did was they created separate campaigns. Okay, branded, non-branded campaigns, having branded terms, non-branded terms, so keywords in those campaigns, which would drive that kind of a traffic majorly. Okay, so over a period of time, they found that it worked out well in terms of number of leads they're getting. And parallelly, what they did was they also reported the invalid click activity with the traffic team. Okay, wherein they went ahead and they reached out to the competitors and they asked the competitor ads to be subsided. Okay, so this was done. Even they implemented the conversion tracking piece. Okay, which is a simple process. So if you know programming and coding, you can easily get this implemented on your website. Okay, so you just need to, you can do it yourself. You don't require to come to Google Ads customer care for any kind of help. You can go to the conversion section. They will generate the code for you, and then you get it pasted on your thank you page. Okay, so overall, the business benefited a lot from majorly by having separate branded and non-branded campaigns with different specific keywords and running smart display campaigns. Okay, which was which they required. Their objective was to lead generation, which they could utilize out of. All right, does this make sense? All right. Any other questions, guys? Rest of the people? Yeah. Everyone clear with this? Is everyone able to hear me now? Yeah, okay, sorry about that, guys. I think the internet came back again. Any other questions? I'm sharing this document with you here itself. You guys can access this right away. Okay. I'm going to share this document in an email as well with the recordings so that you can go through it whenever you want to. Okay. Furthermore, if you require any kind of help or support, you can obviously reach out to our DV team and we can take up the questions from there as well. Okay. Any other questions if you may have, we can talk about that as well. Should not be a problem. All right. I'm going to stop here for today's session. Okay. This is all I had in my mind to share with you for today's session. I hope this was useful and you can use it going forward in your business. Okay. If you still further have any questions, feel free. I'm sharing my LinkedIn profile as well. You can connect over there and we can talk. Should not be a problem at all. Okay. Please let me know if you have any questions. I am sharing the feedback link as well for today's session. I would really appreciate if each one of you can share this feedback, letting us know how you felt about it. Okay. Thank you, Hirshi. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tanjeet, for saying that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Narendra. Okay. Let us know if you need any other help. Thank you, Po. Thank you, Pablo. Thank you so much. Here is the link once more. Thank you, Shailesh. Thank you, Shi. Thank you, Deborah, for saying that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sachit. Thanks a lot, Thin. Thank you, Anil. Thank you, Farhad, for saying that. Sorry for the technical glitch. I think the electricity went away because of which the recording got stopped in between. I hope that will not make much of a difference. Thank you, Rajiv. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rohit. Thanks a lot, Dylan. Please share the feedback, guys. It really helps us to improve our delivery and the content. So once we get the feedback, we change the way we impart, okay, and the style in which we are doing it. It really helps to improve the quality of delivery. Thank you, Solon. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let us know if you need any kind of help, okay? All right, guys, I'll take your leave and I'll see you guys, okay? Stay in touch and let me know if you need any kind of support from Digital Vidya related to SCM specifically, then I can pitch in as well. Should not be a problem. Have a good rest of the Sunday, okay? And I hope you can use it going forward. Thanks a lot for today, guys. Thank you. See you guys. Bye-bye. I'm sharing the link one last time if anybody else who needs, okay? Bye guys, good afternoon.